or the prospects of the Republican?
Well, everybody's giving their sort of a view of what would happen if we nominated Trump or Cruz. Here's my view.
I'm sorry, can you start over, please?
Okay. That's all right. All right. Take two. I respect Senator Dole greatly. He's making a political observation. The only thing I can say is that the only way we lose this election is to nominate somebody that cannot grow the party's vote among minorities, young women, and the coalitions we need to win. If you nominate Trump and Cruz, I think you get the same outcome. You know, whether it's death by being shot or poisoning, does it really matter? I don't think the outcome will be substantially different. Here's my take. Dishonest, which is Hillary Clinton in the eyes of the American people, beats crazy. I think Donald Trump's domestic and foreign policy is gibberish. I think Ted Cruz has a reputation of being ideological to a fault, and that when it comes to problem solving, he will have a very difficult time proving that he is a problem solver. When it comes to the immigration issue, he has doubled down on a line of attack that's hurt us with Hispanics. I think he would be easy prey to basically stereotype as being too rigid to be president. I think that his no exceptions for rape and incest will be a tough sell with young women. I'm proudly pro-life, but most pro-life people have an exception for rape and incest. He does not. So that entire package of Trump and Cruz, in my view, would make it possible for her, if she's the nominee, or Bernie, to win an election they should lose. And if you take those two off the table, dishonest loses to normal. So let's just pick somebody out of the phone book. If we have to, we can win this election unless we lose it. And I think Bob Dole's concerns about Ted Cruz I share. I don't know to the extent of the loss, but I just really do believe that he would be easily demagogued, he'd be easily portrayed as somebody not ready to be president of the United States, not having the temperament, the judgment. And what has he done as a senator? He's best known for running down the Republican Party, not building up the country.
And Senator, as a member of the Armed Services yourself, can I ask if you have any thoughts about Sarah Palin's linking President Obama's record on veterans with her son's mental health issues that he may have incurred after he retired from the service?
I think that the VA needs to be fundamentally transformed. We're trying to do that. I like Sarah Palin, but I'm not going to blame President Obama for the post-traumatic stress disorders that our soldiers may face. I just think in a bipartisan fashion we need to deliver better services to these folks.
Senator, what do you make of Bernie Sanders' phenomenon on the other side? I mean, I'm sure you've known him for a while.
I like Bernie. I'm just astounded. There's a poll that 42% of the Democratic base considers themselves more socialist than capitalist. So in Bernie's world, the big banks are out to get you and rich people are screwing the system so you don't have a chance. In Donald Trump's world, the illegal immigrant's going to sell drugs to your kids and rape your wife. Foreigners are going to take your job. This is not exactly the America that I envision for the 21st century. I would say this, that we have an election cycle that's beyond strange. I was in it. I wish I could have done better. But we've never had a more liberal person running for president of the United States than Bernie Sanders to be a serious contender. We've had people throw their name in the hat, fringe candidates that were wildly liberal. Bernie Sanders is a fine man, but he is by far the most liberal person to ever offer themselves as a candidate in a serious fashion for the President of the United States. Donald Trump, I think, is the most unprepared person I've ever met to be Commander-in-Chief. And when it comes to Senator Cruz, he's exhibited behavior in his time in the Senate that make it impossible for me to believe that he could bring this country together. If the past is any indication of the future in terms of these three people, I think America would be in trouble if any of them got to be President of the United States.
But would you prefer a Cruz nomination over a Trump nomination?
Again, it's like being shot or poisoned. What does it really matter? Thank you.
Would you support Donald Trump if he's a nominee?
I can't have it both ways. I'm a Republican. I'm running as a Republican. He's doing far better in the primary than I did. I'm giving you my thoughts on national security. What he said disturbs the heck out of me. 1 minute, this is not our problem in Syria. Who cares? Let ISIL fight Assad. Nobody cares. He said, let Russia fight ISIL. Then after Paris, he wants to blow the whole place up and kill, family members of innocent people. Then you have Ted Cruz, who's gone from the libertarian view to carpet bombing the country. All I can say is that what drives my thinking about this election is I want somebody who's ready to be commander-in-chief on day one. I don't believe Hillary Clinton is going to represent a change in foreign policy we need. She's the Secretary of State of the man who got us in this mess. I think Jeb Bush and many others on our side could offer the change that we need. I just hope experience matters. It goes back to this idea, does it matter if you know anything? All I can say when it comes to foreign policy, it does matter. The last time we elected somebody without an understanding of the world was Barack Obama. When Donald Trump speaks about foreign policy, it scares the hell out of me because I think he is so disconnected from what it takes to defend this nation to the American people. You may not think experience matters because everything is so screwed up in Washington. I can tell you this, the soldiers on the battlefield, make sure you're picking somebody worthy of their sacrifice in their world. Judgment and experience and temperament matters. Bernie Sanders' foreign policy is a pacifist foreign policy. He doesn't speak about foreign policy because he can't. I hope people will understand that Bernie's a fine man. His economic policies have driven most of the debate. When it comes to foreign policy, Senator Sanders, I think, has no concept about how to defend this nation.